The first pose you will see here is the ragdoll pose. This pose is a basic standing forward bend yoga posture that stretches the lower back. To get into this position, begin with the feet hip-width apart and the knees flexed. Bend forward from the hips, allowing the head to hang down between the upper arms. This pose is typically practiced with the knees slightly bent. It can also be performed with straight legs to stretch the hamstrings and calves. Yogis suffering from back or neck pain should skip ragdoll pose. This pose is beneficial because it can release tension in the lower back, relax muscles in the neck and shoulders, relieve stress and calm your mind, lengthens your spine, can help to drain sinuses, and can improve digestion.
To get into a modified plank position, start on all fours and walk your hands forward until your body forms a straight line from your head to your knees. Keep your abs lifting away from the floor and do not allow your pelvis to sag. Lift your feet towards your butt to engage your hamstrings and glutes. If you are unable to do a regular plank, it is advised to do a modified plank so you're still getting the benefits of doing a plank. The most common plank is the forearm plank, which is held in push-up position with the body's weight on the forearms, elbows, and toes. The plank strengthens the abdominals, back, and shoulders. Some benefits of planking include increased muscle definition, increased metabolism, reduced back pain, improved balance, enhanced bone and joint health, and it boosts your mood and helps to relieve stress. The cobra pose is a gentle back bend practiced from a face-down position that warms and strengthens the spine while opening the chest. To enter the pose, lie down on the stomach with legs stretched out behind and the tops of the feet on the ground with toes pointed. Place the hands directly under the shoulders with palms pressing against the ground and fingers pointing forward. Lift the head, shoulders, and chest off the floor, keeping the pubic bone on the floor and the bottom of the ribs and abdomen on the floor. Slowly and gently arch the back, lifting the chest upward, keeping the shoulders down, the back away from the ears and neck. The pose can be practiced as a low cobra, nearest to the mat or floor, or a high cobra, with the upper body moving higher, almost into a full upward-facing dog pose. Cobra pose stretches the chest and lungs area and is easily adjusted based on individual needs. Strengthens the spine, shoulders and abdomen, firms the buttocks, and is thought to aid in digestion and intestinal relief. The downward-facing dog pose is a resting inversion pose that builds upper body strength and increases flexibility. In this pose, the body forms an inverted V with the feet and hands pressing into the ground and the hips pushing to the sky. Beginners who lack the flexibility to perform the full pose may use yoga blocks or a folding chair to support their hands. Some benefits of this pose include strengthening of the bones and prevention of osteoporosis, improved flexibility through the hips, back, arms, and legs, strengthening of the wrists, arms, legs, and shoulders, straightening and lengthening of the spine, and relieve stress, insomnia, and headaches by improved blood flow. Downward-facing dog pose should be avoided by anyone who suffers from carpal tunnel syndrome or who has a wrist, shoulder, arm, or back problem. The tree pose is a balancing pose that requires the yogi to stand rooted. To enter this pose, stand on one leg with the foot of the other leg pressed against the inner thigh of the standing leg. The hands are stretched upward with the palms touching. Remain in this position for 30 seconds and repeat the same procedure on the other leg. If fully extending the arms is too difficult, the yogi can modify the pose by keeping the hands in prayer formation in front of the heart. Some benefits of doing this pose include improving balance and focus, stretches the spine, tones and strengthens the legs, and aids in treating sciatic conditions and flat feet. This pose can be a challenge for the beginner as the entire weight of the body is placed on one leg. Those with health conditions, such as low blood pressure and insomnia, should avoid practicing tree pose. Those with high blood pressure can practice the pose without lifting the hands. Warrior One pose is the first of 3 related powerful standing postures that improve strength and flexibility. In this pose, The legs are placed in a lunge position with the back foot turned at a 45 to 60 degree angle and the front leg bent at a 90 degree angle so the knee is stacked over the ankle. The heel of the front foot should be aligned with the heel of the back foot. The hips are squared so the torso faces the bent leg and the arms are raised overhead with the palms facing each other or touching. Some benefits of doing this pose include increased stamina and balance, improved coordination, opening of the chest, strengthening of the feet, legs, and buttocks muscles, building core strength, and improving flexibility. Warrior One pose is also believed to help alleviate asthma, sciatica, and infertility. Anyone who suffers from a spinal injury or high blood pressure should avoid this pose. Those with knee injuries or arthritis should practice the pose with care and use support. Beginners and those with balance issues may practice this pose with the support of a wall or the assistance of a trainer. The triangle pose is a standing yoga posture that improves focus, balance, and flexibility. This pose serves the body well as an opener for the hips, while strengthening the ankles, knees, and thighs. It also stretches the hamstrings, calves, shoulders, chest, and spine. Both arms extend vertically with the legs spread apart and the lead foot turned outward at a 90 degree angle. The upper body bends toward the lead foot so that one arm reaches toward the ground, but does not necessarily have to touch the ground, and the other toward the sky. Some benefits of this pose include improved digestion from the stimulation of the abdominal organs, relief from stress, improved balance and flexibility, and relief from backache. It is also believed to relieve the symptoms of menopause and help infertility, sciatica, and osteoporosis. The lotus pose is a cross-legged seated posture considered by many as the ideal pose for meditation. The legs are crossed and the feet placed on opposite thighs with the spine vertical and lengthened. It is a very stable posture. Lotus pose is considered an intermediate to advanced posture because it requires flexibility and openness in the hips in order to allow the feet to be placed on opposite thighs without discomfort or twisting of the knees. Once comfortably in lotus pose, though it is very good for one's posture because it allows the spine to lengthen and the breathing to slow. This posture is also believed to stimulate the pelvis, abdomen, and bladder, improve digestion, and stretch the hip flexors. Lotus pose can be modified for beginners or those tighter in the hips by performing half lotus pose that is not shown. In this modification, only one foot is lifted onto the opposite thigh, the other is beneath the opposite knee.